Hi, friends, and welcome to another edition of Keeping Up with the Jackrabbits. I'm Tyler Merriam, and joining us, Associate Athletic Director for Development, the man, the myth, the legend, the man with the cleanest truck in Brookings, Blake Day. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing well, Tyler. Thanks for having me on.
Well, thank you for being a part of this. Let us go back in time. Take us back to the days growing up in Winter, South Dakota. Was Blake an athlete growing up?
Well, Blake was probably more of a mathlete growing up in God's country there, but no, I certainly did grow up playing, football, basketball, and baseball and golf in the beautiful land of Winter for sure.
Your initial maybe goals or aspirations were not in the field of development within athletics, correct?
Correct. So really, I got my start here at SDSU as an undergrad intern in marketing. And that actually led to an opportunity to be a graduate assistant again with marketing and working with a lot of the game operations, and led to some opportunities with working with the Stan Marshall, the Golf Classic, and the auction, and led to some calls for season tickets back in the day. And really that kind of led me to my first opportunity full time up at Northern State on the revenue side. And that was really where I fell in love with development up there. Enjoyed being able to interact with a lot of the different constituents and season ticket holders. And really, it was the opportunity here working with the auction, making calls, making season ticket calls. And then obviously up at Northern, that's really where I found development was the path that I wanted to take and really wanted to pursue.
Associate Athletic Director for Development. There are people listening who probably don't fully comprehend what exactly that title means, what all goes into your job on a daily basis. So fill us in.
Sure. So, I mean, just putting it very simply, right, is fundraising. I work very closely with our Jackrabbit Club, which is our athletic scholarship fund. We really say it's the backbone of everything we do on the fundraising side. We have a staff of 4 full-time on the development team, along with Elliot Powell, Ryan Christie, and Jenna Meehan. And so we all have varying roles with that. Jenna is very heads up our special events, such as our scholarship auction that we had earlier this month, hospitality and some stewardship initiatives. Whereas Ryan will work with a lot of the day-to-day of, the emails that go out for the Jackrabbit Club. We do a lot of different things of getting the message out to folks through social media and the texting platforms. And so Ryan will handle a lot of those things, whereas Elliot will try to get out on the road a little bit more and meet with our donors that are in, whether it be Sioux Falls or getting up into Minneapolis or different areas. So my role would really be to work with the 3 of them and the different ways of impacting Jackrabbit Athletics, right, and our student athletes. If somebody wants to support through scholarships, through capital projects, through sport-specific giving to really enhance the experience for our athletes. That's what I get to do on a daily basis. I love it. You go to work and know that you're impacting your student athletes and your coaches, and really just being able to work with a lot of really awesome people, our season ticket holders and supporters, just people that really want to support SDSU, and that makes it really fun.
You get the opportunity to, you talked about with the fundraising, getting to know season ticket holders and whatnot. There's a lot of people from all different walks of life who attended SDSU or who have become Jackrabbit fans, or it's a combination of those two. And you really get to feel Jackrabbit Nation like very few do because of how intimate your contacts are with so many different people.
Oh, absolutely. And that's what's so fun about it is, what we try to say is we have different regions that maybe we'll work with. And so I'll go all over the state of South Dakota, whereas Elliot on our team is from Minneapolis. So Elliot will go up there and work with some different constituents there. For me, state, right? And you're with alumni, former athletes, or folks in the Brookings and surrounding region that didn't attend SDSU. They just love what's going on here, and they just want to support. And then they start, coming to our games, and maybe they'll come to our endowment dinner, or they'll come to our scholarship auction, and they get to interact with our student athletes. And that's really cool to see. You get to see them support, they give to, and it's just so fun to be a part of.
You mentioned the Jackrabbit Athletic Scholarship Auction, which has raised over $1 million in a single night for SDSU athletic student athlete scholarships each of the last 4 years, set a record earlier on this month. And then there was the additional tie-ins because of the pandemic with both Feeding South Dakota and High Need Scholarships. First off, what sort of an undertaking is the auction for those that, and I will admit I play a very minor role in it, but I do get to see some of these things firsthand. But for those who don't, just how big of a project is this for you and the rest of development?
Well, it certainly is. As I mentioned earlier, Jenna Mien on our development team really oversees the auction, and she started with SDSU in late October, and she started on the auction right away, right? So right away in late October, early November, she got rolling on it. It's an event that, boy, has it certainly grown since, I was an intern over 10 years ago starting with it. There's been so many awesome people that have been a part of it, and Sarah Schneider was one that worked with the auction for many years. And so you kind of have the template, the blueprint, right, that we try to take each year, and how do you change it a little bit. But we have a committee of roughly 20 people, and it's mostly athletic staff with a few community members. And yeah, we try to break it up into the different areas on the revenue side, who's going to try to, items, or who's calling for tables. And obviously you're going to work with a lot of the videos and the student athlete awards and promotion, from the marketing side. And then obviously there's the logistics of the event itself, of getting the tables set up and all the pipe and drape. And so we have the different committees, and there is a lot that goes into it, but boy, what a gratifying night, and what a fun, it's my favorite night of the year, for sure. Obviously we had a little bit different format this year, not being able to have it in Frost Arena, but I think it just kind of goes back to what makes my job so enjoyable is the people of SDSU and the people of Brookings and of Jackrabbit Nation, right, that just continue to step up and support at such a high level. And they did that again this year, obviously with the auction in a very unique circumstance.
And with that, because of the unique times that we are in, your job as a fundraiser, this is not the easiest scenario in the world to go out and ask people for money when some are dealing with the things that they are. And yet you and I have had a number of conversations that the response from this community, from the region, from people who love SDSU has been nothing short of phenomenal.
Boy, absolutely. And, you think obviously different industries hit in different ways, and it's really hurting. And but we had last our auction, we had right about 700 individuals were registered to be a part of it, whether that's attending or on our website, because a lot of it's done through mobile bidding. And this year we had 1,100. And I mean, to go into it where we're in such a unique time, and places all across the country are canceling events, and for us to be able to do it, but have record number of participants, whether that's bidding on items and such, just blown away. And it really does speak to how special of a place this is. And I think that's why when you look across our athletic department, right, how many folks on the staff and coaches that have been here for such a long time, it's just a special place. And the community is so great and supportive, and they love SDSU. And a lot of people that I talked to personally, they said, yeah, times are tough, but we know SDSU needs it, and we want to see SDSU succeed. And we know the student athletes need these scholarships. They need the support. And so really 9 calls out of 10, it's been overwhelming support.
Well, it certainly is a special place, and hopefully we can get back to some sort of normality here in the very near future, huh?
Absolutely. Going into a little bit of a downtime for us here with the summertime, but with restrictions being lifted a little bit, right, I think we'll be able to get on the road a little bit more, and hopefully we get to school here soon and get back to reality with having some sports.
That'll be a lot of fun. Blake, as always, good to catch up, and look forward to seeing you on something other than a Zoom call in the very near future.
I look forward to that as well. Thanks so much, Tyler.
He's Blake Day. I'm Tyler Merriam. We'll see you next time on Keeping Up with the Jackrabbits.